What do you do when you're desperate to move but you just can't sell your house? It's been on the market for months but all the viewings have dried up. Well, what you do is you stop selling and start swapping.
House swapping is the latest trend to hit the property world. With around 10,000 properties registered with swap websites, it's a brilliant way to avoid the dreaded property chain and make that move onwards. We'll be meeting people who want to swap their home permanently.
I feel as though I've done as much as I can do here now, and I would now like to get somewhere a little bit bigger.
And we'll show them 3 properties to find their perfect match.
Hello, my name's Catherine.
And this is our home.
That's our house. We hope that you've liked it.
And bye-bye from me.
After a day spent road testing each other's properties and lifestyles, we'll bring them to the negotiating table where our straight-talking negotiator, Sunita, will help them thrash out a deal.
This is a first. Well, you were both in agreement.
Before we find out if they'll swap homes for good. Hello, and today I'm in the Leicestershire countryside with Pilot the pony and a little place called Syston. Why am I here with a pony? Well, ponies begin with the letter P, and so do all the interesting facts about Syston. For example, the largest employer in the area is a pie manufacturing company, and also the area is famed for the Syston white plum, which incidentally happens to be yellow. But I have some more P's coming up for you. Are you ready for this? A perfect property belonging to a Liz Platts.
Liz and beloved poodle Louis live in this 2-bed 1920s semi-detached house. Her home is her haven, stocked with her beloved antiques and a tenderly cared-for garden. But with space running out for all those collectibles, Liz is looking to swap locally for something bigger.
So that was the lovely Liz and Louis. If only the weather was quite so charming. Got up this morning, I went for summer wear, didn't pack a coat, it's all gone wrong. But we don't have time for these honey-glazed pleasantries. We have a house to tour. Oh, and I should tell you that rumour has it the rooms in Liz's house are themed. Now you're curious, come with me. Right, into the first reception room and, well, I wasn't expecting this. There's a lot going on in this room. And in terms of themes, well, which one do you choose? Well, there is a whiff of 1920s and 30s in here with the curtains and the light fittings. But it certainly makes an incredibly bold and brave statement as soon as you walk in, which is why I guess there is a chaise lounge here, so you can sit down, recline, and acclimatise. So, as we leave the jazz age behind, we step into a Victorian parlour, of course. We all knew that was next. And nothing says Victoriana quite like the rich reds, golden gilded frames and a porcelain poodle. Yes, we are still in the same house, but a different room. This time the kitchen, which is themed in the farmhouse style. But again, it would appear it works on several layers because it is also a museum and a shrine to a cacophony of ceramic creatures and cut crystal tableware. But once the eyes are tired of such delights, then it can be restored and rejuvenated with the vista of a well-manicured garden. Right, we have a 19th century bedroom. Will you look at this? The meticulous detail. The devil is always in the detail. Take a look at that staggering light switch. That is quite extraordinary. Oh, sorry, you just caught me running my bath in the oldie-worldy style bathroom. This is taking quite a long time, but it does give you a chance to appreciate the full beauties of this room. Bonjour. Magnifique. I see we are all getting used to this chateau-style bedroom. I could quite easily imagine Marie Antoinette ensconced here, eating cake, pondering the big questions of life, like, how do you squeeze so many themes into just one house? And after theming it to your exact requirements, why would you want to move? But luckily for us, we can get the answers to those questions. Tout à l'heure.
C'est bon. Liz's deliciously unusual 2-bed home in Leicestershire is on the market for 230,000 of your English pounds.
No, you've obviously gone into a lot of effort to make this yours. Why now do you want to kind of jump ship?
Well, to be honest, I feel as though I've done as much as I can do here now.
Yeah.
And I would now like to get somewhere a little bit bigger so that I could extend everything and just go on a little bit further.
You want to do more?
Yes, I'd like to do more.
You want to
yes,
do more themes?
More themes. I go to lots of places, antique fairs, auctions, and I see things and I think, no, I can't buy any more because I've got no more room here.
All right, so you want more space so you can carry on your creativity further?
Yes, that's right, yes.
All righty. What would this house be like, then, that we're looking for?
To be honest with you, I would like a bigger version of this.
What are we talking, bedrooms? 3,
yes,
4,
I would like
5?
3 bedrooms, yes, 3 bedrooms, maybe 4, but perhaps not no more than that. I'd like to have the same amount of land as well, or perhaps just a little tiny bit bigger.
Because your garden here is quite spectacular. I can see a lot of work has gone into this. Those borders of yours are a work of art. I take it that's something you're really into?
Really into gardening, yes.
What about parking, stuff like that?
Yes, obviously, we would like to have parking. We do like the privacy as well that we've got here. We would like to have our own private driveway.
Now, very crucially, we need to talk money. In the golden piggy bank, what can we swap up to?
About 400.
400?
Yep.
OK, this is looking good, isn't it? I'm looking forward to this. But we have one more big decision before we get to see the houses. We need to decide which room we're going to look at them from. Do we go to the Chateau French-style bedroom? Do we go to the Victorian parlour, the Art Deco dining room, or do we stay in the farmhouse kitchen?
I think we might go into the Art Deco room.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. After you. OK, location-wise, you want to remain kind of still in this neck of the woods, don't you?
That's right, yes, this side of Melton Mowbray.
All right. Well, let's get on with the viewing. Now, the first place we're going to is near Melton Mowbray, a little village called Abode. So, thinking of themes, this could be your new home. I don't know if there's any themes in this house. I want you to meet John and Lynn and tell me if this could be your next home.
Right.
Hello and welcome to our home in Abode.
It's a lovely property, quite large downstairs, full of character. And upstairs, all the bedrooms are tucked up in the eaves of the original building. And it goes back before 17th century.
And here we've got the kitchen.
As you can see, it's part of the original house. It's got the original oak beams. I'm 6'2". I generally don't have too much of a problem about knocking my head.
Over to one side here, we've got the dining, well, the breakfast dining part, where we eat most of the time. Okay, now we're in the dining area. We've got an inglenook fireplace, so in winter we have roaring flames in there. Okay, now we're coming through into the room that we use most of the time. The walls are so thick that we're able to have a built-in window seat, which is great when the sun's coming through that window.
This is my office or study, and as you can probably see, my main sport is golf.
So in this room, we've got wallpaper, which is the history of the golf ball, on one wall, and that's all he's been allowed.
If I had my way, I'd paper it all.
So now we'll go into the main lounge.
We thought it might be a good idea just to light the fire. We have light.
OK, we're going to split up now, and I'm going to show you the upstairs, into the largest bedroom, which my daughter took over when we moved in. Now we come to the smallest room in the house. This room was chosen by my youngest daughter, who always thought she wanted a big bedroom until she saw this one. OK, we come to the last room in the house, our bedroom, and this is my personal favourite. The window, apparently, has got a fantastic view of the garden, but I'm not tall enough, I have to jump to see it. This window, John can't get down to see because he's too tall.
This is the back patio and garden. It's enclosed, very, very private. Right, into the main part of the garden. It's a beautiful garden. I know it looks as high maintenance, but we specifically designed this garden to be fairly low maintenance. Lovely rural villages all the way around here, with lots of nice pubs and walks for the dog. This house is currently valued at just shy of £330,000.
John and Lynn's 3-bed detached cottage in Melton Mowbray, Leicestershire has period features and outstanding landscape gardens. So what would they like to swap to?
We're ready to move on to a new phase in our lives. Our daughters are going to move out any time now, and this might just give them the little push that they need. As a swap, we'd like just a smaller downstairs, really.
We're quite flexible, always have been, about where we can always see the property, and we haven't got anything rigid in mind, but we'd like to live in the area, we like the countryside, but we can be persuaded either way, according to the property and the way it is. And it's bye-bye from the dog, Megan, bye-bye from me.
And bye-bye from me.
OK, what did you think of that?
Yes, it looked very nice. Looks as though it has had a lot of work done on it, so there wouldn't be too much to do.
A lot of the rooms in there were quite neutral. I mean, like the lounge, and they admitted it was quite, you know, just a very easy room. You turn on the fire.
I did like the idea of a lot of the small rooms. I did like the idea of that. It did look very cosy, very warm. Yeah.
But has it also, on the flip side, got the space that you say you want to expand into? And,
It did look as though it had got a lot of space with it. Yes, yeah.
I thought it was interesting. They have only themed one wall of their house, and the theme they went for was golf ball wallpaper.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but that would really tee me off after a while.
Yes, I think it would. Yes, definitely.
OK, Liz, let's go to our next property, which is still near Melton Mowbray, in a place called Sproughton. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Sproughton. Right, I want you to meet Sarah Jane, Vincent, and their son Joshua as they show us round their property. Here we go.
Hello, we're the Fletchers.
And this is our home.
We live here in the house with two other children, which are our foster children, Amanda and Robert. The house is bigger than it looks. It's 5 bedrooms.
All the rooms are quite large size.
This is our kitchen dining room, which is a room that we spend lots of time in. Here we have our fireplace with a log burner, which we both built ourselves. And which was even better when we found in the brick a brick with the name of the house on, Swallow Nest. This is our lounge. Some good times in here. It's really cosy.
As you can see, I love golf. I've been playing since I was about 1, and I'm 12 now, so quite a long time. Played around the world, one of which was the World Championships in Scotland. I came joint 7th. This is Robert's bedroom. He's training to be a chef. That's why he's got all his Jamie Oliver chef books. This is Amanda's bedroom. She's 17 years old, and as you can see, she loves pink.
As we go up the stairs, we have our bedroom and our sitting area. We had the conversion done about 4 or 5 years ago now, and it's just the beautiful view out over the fields. It's lovely.
Well done. As you can see, we've got some different areas to our garden. Mainly it's a golf driving range. The potting shed and the stables, the outbuildings, date back to about 1700, so there's quite a lot of history with those. We've got the outbuildings that have got planning permission for a 2-bedroom bungalow. The house was originally put on the market for 425. Then we were advised by the estate agent to drop it because of the current market to 399,950.
Vincent and Sarah Jane's 5-bed dormer bungalow in Melton Mowbray comes with plenty of character, plus outbuildings with planning permission. So, what's their ideal swap?
I go to school in Somerset. I'm on a golf scholarship there, and that's part of the reason why we're hoping to swap houses.
We would just like to move closer to him. Having a smaller property up here would give us a base where we have family, but it would also allow us to get a bigger property down in Somerset.
Yeah, it's all my fault we want to move, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what do you make of that
Yes,
one?
very interesting, yes.
What was interesting about it? What
Yeah,
did you like?
I like the idea of the outbuildings because you can do a lot of conversion with that. So there's obviously work to be done on that sort of
And what was
side of
exciting
it.
about that, they date back to the 17th century, so you really could theme it with 17th century
as well,
theme,
yes.
so you'd do
yes.
a double whammy.
Yes, yeah.
What about the house?
Yes, I did like the house.
I mean, you kind of were cooing at a few moments when you saw that kind of beautiful fireplace they got from the
Yeah, it was
reclamation
lovely.
yard.
Yes,
I
and
can
it's
see
a
you
thing,
almost.
Yes, yes.
I don't know how you work, but maybe see one thing in a room and then you create your interiors
yes,
from that.
yes.
What else do you sense from that house?
It looked a nice area, and it's a quiet area as well, which was nice. Yes.
Okay. We're about to meet a lovely lady called Catherine, and we're going to a village called Areham, which is, if I believe, halfway between Southwell and Newark-on-Trent. So slightly geographically, we're scaring you a bit, I feel.
Yeah, a bit further out, isn't it?
Well,
See?
let's deep breath.
Yes.
In and out.
I think that's an interesting thing.
This one piece will make 52 layers.
Watch on mobile devices or the big screen. All for free. No subscription required.
Hello, my name's Catherine. I'd like to invite you in to have a look round my home, Areham Park Farm Cottages. I enter the house from the back door. It's more convenient, you're straight into the heart of the house then, which is the kitchen, which is quite modern, to say the style of the building, but it works for me, and hopefully it'll work for you. This is absolutely wonderful room. I love it. It's we had the fireplace built, and it's got a multi-purpose wood-burning stove. That is what I call my hot chocolate sofa. It's for rainy days or cold days, and you just sit there if you want to snuggle down. This is what is currently being used as an office. 2 weeks ago, it was my dining room, where it had a big oak table with enough seating for 8 adults. This is what it's all about. This is the area that is most important to me. The peace, the space, you've got the beautiful sunshine all day. It's just lovely, idyllic. Now this was designed when I first started changing the house. Sit in bed on a Sunday morning, a cup of coffee, newspapers or magazines, and just chill. This used to be a cupboard, so I've changed it into a shower. This is a lilac room. Well, I call it the lilac room. It's a very, very peaceful room. That is where I keep my gym equipment, but it is a double bedroom. What is unusual and unique about this property is the location. It's rural, but within easy reach of amenities. There's roughly 4.5 miles from Southwell, which is a lovely place. This property I've got on the market at $364,950.
Catherine's 3-bed semi just outside Newark in Nottinghamshire has a rural location, amazing views and a large garden. So what does she want in a swap?
The only thing that would make me give this up is my children are starting to have children. So it's to simply to be nearer to my children and my grandchildren. Well, that was my home, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Hope to see you again soon.
Well, I enjoyed it. The question is, did you?
Not really, no. I didn't think that was...
That was not the answer I was wanting. No, but no, listen, it's good, it's good. I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be honest.
As nice as it is, that is not a step up from this at all, personally,
okay.
When I look at that. No, we've got to have a step up for the extra money, so no,
Yeah.
I wouldn't consider that one.
It's not your style of property?
No, not at all, not at all.
OK, so you've seen all 3 properties, but you need to decide which one you'd like to do a temporary swap with. Liz, would you like me to disappear for a few minutes and give you some
time
space?
to think, yes.
You'd like
definitely.
some time alone?
Yes,
just you
to have
and
a think about it,
just
yes.
you and the poodle?
Yes, that's right, yes.
All right, well, I can tell when I'm encroaching on a special moment. I'll come back shortly.
OK.
Well, Liz is in there deciding which property she liked the most, which is quite an interesting question because I was psychoanalysing her body language and what she was saying, and I wasn't too sure until she said, I definitely don't like the last one. I thought, aha! Now she definitely doesn't like the last one, which must mean surely she definitely likes the first 2. But then I was thinking, well, hang on, if she's just definite about not liking the last one, maybe she's just definitely uncertain about the other 2, which means that one thing is definite, and it definitely means that I don't know which one she's going to choose. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up.
Yeah, clear as mud. Whilst Liz weighs up the pros and cons, Sunita, our house swap negotiator, has some advice. Sunita's been a property negotiator for over 10 years, helping hundreds of clients move onwards and upwards.
If you want to move house quickly, then house swapping could be the answer. Now, there are several websites out there that could help you find your perfect match. You will, of course, still have to have a HIPS report and you will be paying stamp duty. But, crucially, you get to avoid a chain, and if you're not on with an estate agent, you avoid estate agent fees.
Sunita's invaluable knowledge will help our swappers negotiate a deal. But first we need to find out who Liz has decided to swap with.
OK, Liz and Louis. Was that a tough decision to make?
Yes, it was actually.
Was
yes,
it?
out of number 1 and number 2, yes.
Yeah, were you really kind of unsure where to go?
And we've decided to go for number 1.
My goodness me, hold
yes.
the front page. Why did 1 win over 2?
Because I felt that it was a bit closer to here, and I like the small rooms and I like the beams.
And you're excited to kind of go and see it in the flesh?
Yes, definitely, yes.
See if
I'm
you can
looking
get your
forward to it.
creative energies going?
Yes, and maybe think about even more themed rooms.
Well, I hope your swap day goes very well, and I look forward to your return.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's time to swap homes for the day. Liz is looking for a similar property to her own in the local area, but bigger. So she's drafted in friend Denise to help road test Lynn and John's 3-bed detached cottage 11 miles away in Melton Mowbray.
I think it's this one over here. Yeah.
Enclosed.
TLC.
Enclosed.
John and Lynn are looking to downsize but still stay in the same area. Will Liz's 2-bedroom house of delights in Syston fit the bill?
It's very private for a front garden, isn't it?
It is.
They have the chance to exchange lifestyles for the day before they decide if a permanent swap is on the cards.
Right.
Liz is looking for more space to house her ever-expanding collection of antiques.
This is very nice.
Do you like the beams, Liz?
Yes, I do like the beams,
Yeah.
yes. And I love all the quirkiness of it. I love the beams and the small areas and the
little cupboards.
The cupboards and that, yes. Oh, we've got the downstairs. The doors are beautiful. I love the doors. I love all the original.
Another little nook.
That's nice.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah.
And
Oh, and the window seat's beautiful.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So far, so good.
Yes, we're going. Oh, this is the main lounge, I think.
Oh,
here.
Another window seat.
Seat, yeah, beautiful. I love the window seats.
Yeah, I do.
I keep thinking they've got real cats here.
I know.
Liz, you of all people should be able to spot an ornamental animal.
It seems to go on forever.
Yeah, it does. Now, an office here. So I think we go on even further, Denny, because we've got yet another door here. Oh, blimey, look at this room. Gosh. Gosh, what a big room. You just didn't expect it when you came through that door.
No.
You didn't expect to come into a big room like this.
There's so much space.
Space, yes. You
So
could do a
much
lot.
you could do with
it. Yes, yeah.
And there's no clairvoyant in the land that could imagine what theme you would do in here. Back in Syston, Lynn and John are about to get their first taste of, well, Liz's taste.
There you go.
There we are.
OK.
That's nice.
Oh, yeah. They've done it nicely, haven't they? Lovely.
Well, the art deco dining room seems to be going down quite nicely.
And it is quiet.
Yes, it is. Very quiet.
I'm assuming they're not talking about the decor.
Oh, this is nice. It's lovely, isn't it?
No, it's a good-sized kitchen. So I'm being nosy.
Yeah.
Go for it, Lynn. Help yourself.
Oh, useful. So what's in here? I think I'd use this as a utility. Ah, another little hidey-ho. Definitely a collector's
They like that
house.
type of thing. Yeah.
Mine would be stuffed full of crockery.
Usable things.
Usable things. I go for the functional.
Is a porcelain fairy not functional?
It wouldn't be for me because I don't like dusting.
OK, fair enough.
Whoever's in this house is a collector.
Yes.
And probably has an interest.
Wait till you see upstairs.
A nice view out over the back garden as well. If you chop the fence down, you could see all the way over the field.
Yeah, that's probably what we would do, wouldn't it?
How could they do that to poor Liz's garden?
Let me just have a look at the back. Yeah, it's a flat roof extension. That's where you get that space from, that kitchen.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
And you're not overlooked at all. OK, shall we go back in?
Yeah.
Warmer inside.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh, high ceilings, definitely. I mean, I walk around our house, I'd rather do that. Well, that's, you know...
Don't speak too soon.
Oh, there's my head.
Ah, time for high tea, and I know just the place to have it. May I suggest the Victorian parlour?
There's a door.
Ah.
Right. She does like her antiques, doesn't she?
Yes.
In the traditional.
Yes. Dogs.
Yeah.
Lots of dusting.
Our house
would,
is a
yeah.
traditional cottage. Our house would suit this type of decor, wouldn't it?
Let's hope Liz thinks so. She's certainly losing herself in the property.
I don't even know how many bedrooms we've got up here.
No. I'll just follow you.
Yes. I love the doors and I love the beams and I love the steps and all that.
My goodness me, that's a lot of loving.
Beautiful bedroom.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Now then, this must be the second bedroom.
Right.
Oh, and I think I do remember this as well. Yeah, this.
Oh, yes. One of the many chimneys.
Chimneys, yes. Oh, another big bedroom here.
Oh, wow, this is a big bedroom.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is the next door neighbours and you're very, very
That
close.
must be,
So this is
yeah.
one thing I don't like.
So you'd be overlooked.
Overlooked. Love the room. I love the style of the room. I love everything about the room.
Yeah.
I love it. There's nothing I don't like. Only that one issue.
Compromise, Liz, it's all about compromise. In Syston, John and Lynn are heading upstairs, where the interior decor has been taken to a whole new level.
Another door. It's like Alice's Adventures.
Lovely.
Well, if you think this is lovely, what will you make of the chateau-style boudoir?
Right.
Shouldn't laugh, but this is just too much.
Right. Yes. It's incredible, isn't it?
I almost feel as if I can't move.
No, honestly, there isn't anything out of place, is there?
No.
Absolutely.
I'm frightened of
nothing out
knocking
place.
things over.
How far does the French theme go? The guillotine? Next stop, the opulent Victoriana bathroom.
Right.
That's big, that's huge.
Isn't it? Houses of this size had 3 bedrooms, normally. Yeah, I think this was bathroom here.
Yes,
That was a
probably,
bedroom.
and that was
A box room. Well, there's the loft hole. I'm not going up there.
And that's screwed up.
But obviously that's it. So it is a 2-bedroomed house.
Yeah.
They're so busy counting the number of bedrooms, they've completely missed how busy the decor is. Back in Melton Mowbray, Liz is taking in the fresh air and exploring the grounds.
This is a lot like the house,
beautiful.
really, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful.
Little bits here and there. It'd take some doing, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I won't worry about it. I could do it.
I know you could.
Yeah, I could do it, yeah. See, if it was all fenced off and it was
Yeah.
private and you knew exactly what's what, with the boundaries and everything,
Yeah.
you see, it would be beautiful. But I don't like the road either. I don't like this road. There's traffic
No,
noises.
it's really...
Really loud. It's even louder than ours, and ours
Yeah.
is bad enough.
And road noise isn't just on Liz's mind.
I would say, I would comment on the noise. We actually live in a village, although the road is quite busy. This seems to be a bit louder. I don't know why, but maybe that's...
I think it's closer.
Isn't it funny how noise is well noisier at somebody else's? It's time to explore the local area.
See what they've got.
And first up for green-fingered John and Lynn is the local garden centre.
Aren't you lovely? Do they belong to you, these two?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Maisie,
Hello.
and that's Meg.
And is it a good area to have dogs, lots of walks?
It is, because around here there's lots of fields and it's really quite a dog-friendly place.
Brilliant. Oh, that's good.
Meanwhile, Liz is on the hunt for, yes, you've guessed it, more knickknacks. And Melton Mowbray has the perfect place, the local antique market.
Oh, now, these are nice. They're beautiful, aren't they? So when I get my bigger house, I'll be able to fill it a bit more with a bit more stuff, you see. Gosh, there's so much to see in here. I've normally been being here hours, normally. Too much to see.
All this antique hunting has worked up an appetite, so there's just enough time to check out Melton Mowbray's speciality.
They're a lot better than the ordinary pork pies, aren't they, Denise?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot nicer, yeah.
These are real.
Real pork pies, yeah.
Back in Syston, avid golfer John has dragged Lynn to knock a few balls about on his potential new course.
Where did that go then? That way?
Very straight.
Oh, did it?
Up the middle.
Oh, right, OK.
Right, before you hit it, let's have a practice.
Hit it?
Off
You're
the-
very
off the
lucky.
tee. And again. And again.
I'm not going to get this. Oh!
And again. Yeah! Hey, that's not bad. Will I be playing in the British Open yet? Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely course, and I'll tell you what, it's a much better than the course I'm a member of.
Looks like we're well on course for a potential swap then.
Yay!
That's a birdie. I like this golf course. Yeah!
I got that in.
So, as the one-day swap draws to a close,
Cheers.
is a permanent swap on the cards?
We think the house is beautiful. We love the garden, we love the house. There's just a few issues we're not quite sure on at the moment, but I'm going to think about it.
The house location is really nice.
Yeah.
The views over the fields at the front and the back, fantastic. The lack of a third bedroom isn't going to put us off.
Yeah, there's a number of factors here that are very positive.
Having swapped homes and lifestyles for a day, there's a lot for everyone to consider. Have they been convinced to make a swap for good?
Well, that's the swap day over with, and things seem to be going well. Indecision and delay are the parents of failure, so let's keep things moving by introducing Sunita, our negotiator, and hopefully a deal can be hammered out.
Sunita Shroff has been helping people find their dream properties and agree the best price for them for over 10 years. She'll be using her expertise to negotiate a deal for our swappers.
Negotiating can be a tricky and even emotional process, and the properties won't necessarily be valued at the same price. So it's my job to get both sides to agree on a fair and realistic price to swap. But house swapping isn't all about the money. It's about avoiding that awful chain, potentially avoiding the estate agent's fees, and of course of months of your property being on the market. So if both sides are prepared to negotiate, they could walk away with a great deal.
So let's remind ourselves of what Sunita has to bargain with. Liz has a two-bed semi in Leicestershire valued at £230,000. She wants a bigger house, but wants to stay in the same area. John's come on his own, as wife Lynn is poorly. They have their three-bed detached cottage 11 miles away in Melton Mowbray, valued at £330,000. They're after a smaller home and also want to stay nearby. So first things first, what's the feedback?
So, Liz, you chose Melton Mowbray, didn't you?
I did, yes.
And what did you think?
It's a lovely cottage. I love the rooms. I love the way they flowed into each other. I thought that was very nice.
Lots of nice rooms, loads of potential.
Potential, definitely, yes, yeah. And I loved, as I say, I love old buildings, and it's got a lot of character. And I love the beams and all the little quirky rooms and the fireplaces.
Now, what about the cons? Is there anything you didn't like about it?
Yes, on the next door property, you could see, basically, as soon as you looked out the kitchen and the bedroom, it was there right in front of you. And there was no boundary lines either with the property, because you just walk in and you don't know what's my garden, what's the neighbour's garden.
Well, that's easily rectified. All you need to do is actually, with those boundaries, enforce them with your fences.
Another thing is the major busy road that it's almost onto.
The main road, something you'd have to live with.
Yeah.
But that would be a compromise, because then you'd be getting all those lovely rooms to transform.
Yes, yeah.
Now, John, you were chosen to go and swap with Liz's property. Tell me all about the pros and the cons.
Well, the pros are it's a lovely situation, nice location, lovely views next to the country, open fields, secure garden. You know, in general, it was well maintained property, and it's you know, generally in the right sort of spot that we're looking for.
And on the downside?
The first thing that hit us was it was very close to the road. It was noisy. It's a two-bedroom property, and ideally we'd like a three-bedroom property, but we talked about the potential for perhaps making it a three-bedroom property. You know, there's nothing that's insurmountable.
Time for Sunita to talk money.
The Melton Mowbray property is on the market at £330,000. So what sort of price would you place on this property?
With regards to the price, I thought that it was very reasonably priced, really.
Good.
The size of the house, the garden, which was beautiful. As I say, that you can't fault the house and the garden. It's all beautiful. I mean, there's nothing really bad to say about it.
And I agree with you, absolutely. Now, your property has been valued at £230,000.
Yes, yeah.
So if a swap were to take place, what do you think a fair swap would be, the differential?
About 100,000, I think.
Well, my calculations say 100,000 is a fair price to swap as well at the moment. Excellent. Well, you know what, Liz? I'm going to speak to John and then I'll be back with feedback. What do you feel that Liz's property would be worth?
Anywhere between 220, 240. If you pitch it somewhere in the middle, 230. That would be probably where I would pitch the value of that property.
It is indeed valued at 230,000.
Right. Okay.
So, John, your property is on the market at 330,000.
Yeah.
And Liz felt that your property was worth 330,000. So,
both know our stuff.
Yeah, you both know your stuff. So really, the differential between those two properties is 100,000 straight.
Yeah.
If you were to go ahead with a house swap.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
If it's all on the valuation, I don't think we're going to be hissy-fitty over a few pence here and there. The only criteria, of course, is that the devil's in the detail of the cost of a bedroom, whether it can have a bedroom or the extension, whether it's up in the loft, whether we do an annex. Those things are a must for us to do in terms of a third bedroom.
So I think I'm going to go away and find out planning permission for on top of the flat roof.
And the loft. What work has been done to the loft? It's got a skylight in it, makes me think it was something before. And I suppose, do you need planning permission to change the garage to an annex?
Right. I'll go and get those questions answered.
Great. Thanks.
Only an hour into the negotiations and both parties are in tune financially. Liz and John feel a fair swap would be Liz's house plus £100,000 for John's house. So, Sunita, do we have a financial deal sitting on the table?
Well, I think I've hammered out the financial side. That's actually not a problem. That's not even an issue.
So that kind of means we're done? No. All right.
The thing is, I need some questions answered, and that's for John's benefit. So I'm going to go and speak to Liz and hopefully get them all answered.
Oh, so what you're saying is the deal is now actually hanging on the answers to these questions?
Yes.
Well, don't make this an intermission. Make it your mission. Go and do it, and I'll speak to you later.
I've just been speaking to John. The valuations were surprisingly, for me, this is a first. Well, you were both in agreement with. So he feels that your property is worth 230,000, and it is. And you feel that his property is worth 330,000, and his property has been valued at 330,000. So that's fantastic. So you're both in agreement on the differential as well, which is 100,000.
Yeah.
The only thing I need to find out from you, really, is some information about your property. So, as far as the loft goes, what work have you had done on it?
The actual loft, it's just been boarded, that's all.
Could you use it for anything?
I suppose it could be used for a room, yes.
As far as the garage, he was interested in potentially turning that into some sort of an annex.
Yes, I suppose you could do that, yes. Yeah, you wouldn't really have any objections because there's nobody around there to object to anything.
And the third question I have, they were thinking that they may be able to extend out onto the flat roof. Do you think it would bear the load of an extra room?
Yes. I wouldn't know for sure. Obviously, they'd have to have a structural survey to do that.
So the flat roof, really, he'd need to get a build around.
Yes, just
basically.
to check it out.
So what do you think at this stage?
Again, the issue is, it's such a shame, really, because the issue is about the road, you see. You know, that busy road and and we said about the shared access, you see.
Shared access for the driveway?
For the driveway, yes. Yeah, I still don't think I could budge on that.
Because I have to say, somebody offering 230,000 for your property, personally, I think That is really good in this market.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave you with that thought. I'm going to go back to John, see what he thinks. Now, I found out, as far as the loft goes, they've got it boarded up at the moment, but they really don't feel that there's any reason why you wouldn't be able to use it.
Right.
As far as the garage, Liz doesn't feel that there would be a problem. I mean, it's not affecting anybody. So, yeah,
Yes.
you could go ahead and do that. What else was... the flat roof. They're not sure.
Yes.
You would really need to get somebody in
Yeah.
to give you a professional...
Yeah, like a building survey, yeah.
You just need to decide whether you want to go forward with a house swap and look into it further.
Yeah, I think just give me some time and we'll see what we can do.
Lovely. Okay.
After 5 hours of tricky negotiation, both parties are happy with the price. But will a deal take place? It's decision time. OK. Shall we see if a deal has been brokered? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Shall we let...
Yes, fine, yes.
Breaking with traditions. Right. John, let's see what you've got. Right. You just wanted to get that out of the way, didn't you? Just wanted that out of the way.
Yes, indeed.
I was starting to warm to you, John. It's all gone downhill. Liz. Well, Liz, I liked you at one stage as well. Right, OK. Seriously, though, what has gone wrong?
Well, I think the issue basically is with the road and the privacy. That's the two issues, really.
OK, darn it.
Yeah.
John, what about you?
Well, I guess we wanted to convert it into a three-bedroomed house, and the extra cost of that probably just broke and just tipped it over the edge.
It's kind of like we've all been house speed dating together.
Yeah.
But we haven't found a match tonight, but we're going to come back at house speed dating another night.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, my fingers are crossed for success then.
Obviously, I'd love to house swap, because if we do, it makes things such a lot easier for both parties, really. It saves all this getting into a chain and being let down and everything. So obviously, if we could find somebody that likes my house and we like theirs, then obviously that would be great.
Yeah, disappointed, but a lot of things weren't appropriate, I think, in this particular aspect. But, you know, there must be a house out there, we believe, locally that we'd like to move to that perhaps would consider a house swap. So, you know, we'll keep trying.
Well, everybody's heart was in the right place today, just unfortunately not beating together. And although we may not have reached our goal, every failure is a step towards success. So, I'll see you next time on House Swap. What do you do when you're desperate to move but you just can't sell your house? It's been on the market for months and all the viewings have dried up. Well, what you do is you stop selling and start swapping. House swapping is the latest trend to hit the property world. With around 10,000 properties registered with swap websites, it's a brilliant way to avoid the dreaded property chain and make that move onwards. We'll be meeting people who want to swap their home permanently. What does the next house need to have apart from tolerant neighbours?
That's the main thing.
Is that the main thing? And we'll show them 3 properties to find their perfect match.
Hello. And would you like to come and have a look?
If you're interested, well, let's hear from you soon. Bye.
After a day spent road testing each other's properties and lifestyles, we'll bring them to the negotiating table where our straight-talking negotiator, Sunita, will help them thrash out a deal.
Really, we thought it was about worth as much as ours.
I don't think it's worth as little as 200.
Before we find out if they swap homes for good. Hello and welcome. Today I'm paddling my way around West Wales in the Dyfi Valley, also known as the Fair Trade Valley, because people around here are really into their alternative ways of living. And let's be honest about it, green has never been so in fashion, which is why I'm wearing this delightful necktie. There is one lady who lives around here who has a lifestyle that would turn most of us green with envy. But believe it or not, she wants to swap. Animal lover Michaela lives with her 3 dogs, 4 budgies, 1 parrot and, well, a lot of chickens in beautiful Snowdonia in remotest Wales. But after 21 years of rural bliss and with her children flown the nest, she's decided it's time to move back to civilization. So she's packing up her menagerie and is looking for a house swap closer to her family over the border in England.
Well, that all seems to make sense so far, doesn't it? I'm very excited to be in Wales because my grandfather was in Rhyl during the war, so today I'm going to make a real effort with the Welsh language. I've got my Welsh dictionary here, so hopefully this will be an educational, bilingual journey for all of us. So, are we ready? I think it is time to view the Tîn-Crawach. Tîn-Crawach. I think that's how you say it. That's the word for bungalow. Right, here we go, greeted by a long hallway. Now, in here we have a bedroom, and because of its size, I'm going to make an assumption and assume this is the master bedroom. And what's great, as you sit here, the only thing you can see from the window is a mass of rhododendron blossoms, and there is this sense, very calming sense, of serenity and isolation.
And that feeling continues down the hallway in the second bedroom.
OK, here we have the third and final bedroom, and my goodness me, I'm going to find a word which I think is very apt for this room, and the word is gwerth. It never has a noise or a sound ever been so apt for a colour. Green.
To continue the theme, there's a large gwerth kitchen, which could do with a little updating. And next door...
Ah, now the lounge is a rustic and cosy space with no time for the pretensions of modern decor. Its only function is to serve man after he's walked the valleys on a winter's morn. And what could be more Welsh than the sound of budgies? What's that? Well, that's that mystery solved. Here we have a fantastic sized conservatory, enough room for a very large dining table. And then, hey, we have, in fact, you know, I will say it in Welsh. Parrot. I'm good, aren't I?
Outside is a vast, wild and natural garden, which is home to some very handsome fellows. And hidden away at the very end...
This is beautiful out here. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Oh, fantastic. What does one do when you find this at the end of your go? Oops, without falling in. This is great, isn't it? Really, really lovely.
Michaela's three-bedroom bungalow in Wales has been valued at £200,000. So that's the house. Now it's time to meet Michaela and daughter Jen, who's popped back from university to help Mum with the swap.
Michaela and Jen and your menagerie of all weird and wonderful animals, why is it that you want to move?
Just because I've lived here 21 years.
Yeah.
And much as I've loved it here, I just feel a need for sort of new horizons.
Something different.
Yeah.
They say change is good as a rest.
That's right.
So, what is it that you're after? What would you like?
Well, I definitely still want to be in the country.
Bit nearer a shop, maybe.
Bit nearer a shop?
Well, quite near shops here.
How far away from a shop here?
Well, there's the nearest supermarket's 3 miles away, and then the buses run every 3 hours. It's not the best place to live.
But it depends what you're after. No, but it's good, it's good. It depends what you want in life. You are quite open to ideas about where you want to go.
Very open.
OK, that's actually great.
Yeah.
If you're taking all the animals with you, and this is a very important question, what does the next house need to have apart from tolerant neighbours?
That's the main thing.
Is that the main thing?
Yes.
All right, OK.
A garden. Just have a garden.
And what about style of house?
Well, the area is more important to me than the house.
OK.
We can make the house nice.
The sort of position of it.
But fundamentally, you don't mind what it looks like because you can make it yours?
Yes.
OK. So what is the value of the house?
200,000 it was valued at.
And is that the kind of value you want to swap to?
Yeah. Well, or less.
Or less.
Or less.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. I think what we should go and do is get ourselves some cups of tea, go and sit down the lounge and watch some films. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
First up, we're going to meet Malcolm. Malcolm lives anywhere. Where could it be? Where's it going to be? Where's it going to be? Stafford.
Where's that?
Where's that? Where's that, Jen? It's near Birmingham. It's in the Midlands. Well, let's see his house, and then we'll discuss it afterwards.
Okay.
In 3, in 2, in 1.
Hi, I'm Malcolm Carroll. Welcome to Stafford. I'm going to show you around my 4-bedroomed mid-terrace house. Well, 17 years ago, the estate agent opened the door and I was struck by this huge, long hallway, and the children went running past and running off to play, and I thought, yeah, this is going to be a good family home.
But they've been brought up, and they're either gone or going, so it just leaves me and a rabbit.
This is the first reception room, the living room. It's where we've always chilled out, telly, fire and stuff. This is probably my favourite room in the house, the second reception room. I listen to music in here and chill out. It's got this kind of alcove under the stairs, which I use for CD storage. This is the family dining room. Lovely, warm and light room. Over here is a wood-burning stove, and the heat it gives off is constant. And of course, if you want to, you can cook on it. We've had chestnuts on there. The good news here is the size. This is enormous. For one person, it's perhaps a little big over the top, but it's a lovely kitchen. And here we are upstairs. There are 4 bedrooms and a bathroom, and the first bedroom here is mine. This bedroom features the very worst taste in wallpaper with the very worst sort of carpet imaginable. I just never got round to decorating it, and I don't spend long enough in here to worry about it. When I am in here, I'm unconscious. Best way to deal with this carpet. This is standard sort of bathroom with large airing cupboard. And I have wondered, perhaps one day, about turning that into a shower. But there's still one more room up here to go, which is the bedroom for the master of the house. I'll meet the master of the house. This is Mr. Rodney. He generally tells us what to do and bosses us around. View over the garden. The pond here is 4 feet deep, so it will keep going even in harsh winters, and there's a big herd of frogs there, and their job is to keep the slugs and snails down over there. Stafford is a county town, and it's fairly compact, and we're close to the centre here, so what's good about this area? Well, you've got all the shopping that you want, and if you do use supermarkets, there are several very nearby. And of course there's Cannock Chase, which is an area of outstanding natural beauty, and I can almost guarantee that you'll see deer there. The value of my property, well, I think it's 140,000.
Malcolm's Stafford home is a 4-bedroom period property with a garden complete with frogs. So what would he like to swap to?
I want a lot less house and a lot more land, and though it's been really good to have all the town amenities nearby, now I want countryside amenities, things like space.
Right, where do we begin on that? But I think there are lots of things that are going for it. As soon as we went into the house, you loved the hallway.
I love the floor.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's really, really beautiful. Those kind of mint and tile floors.
Yeah.
You got very excited about the airing cupboard.
Yes. Well, you should see it.
Always pick out a period feature, that's what I say. Get excited about the best points.
Do keep birds in it sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, sick
Sparrowhawks,
birds.
hedgehog.
Just when they're, you know, if they're
When
ill.
they're sick.
Yeah.
Why would you not, when you're visiting a sick bird, why would you not want to be in an airing cupboard? It just felt like he was kind of embraced kind of city living and also being one with nature. I was wondering if you could grapple with that as well.
The only thing that I'd worry about a bit with that one is the dogs in the garden, whether the neighbours would mind.
Your garden, lots of people have dogs in their garden. OK, so that was Stafford. Where are we going next? We are going to Bedfordshire.
Cool.
OK. Now we're going to meet Rob and Rachel, introduce you to their home, and prove that presenting sometimes has its hazards.
Hi, we're the Kingsley family. Welcome to our home here in Bedfordshire.
We'd like to show you around. Come on.
It's a 4-bedroom house. This happens to be one of my favourite rooms. It's where I play my music. I've kitted it out so it's got a wireless connection for all the music around the house, and as you can see now, it's really important to me.
Well, you've caught us in the family kitchen, where I spend most of my time with the children. Come back here. We like to do lots of creativity with Play-Doh and art. And that's good fun, isn't it, Adam? You're going to pop them back in here.
This is another piece of sanctuary that I have to get away from the kids. I close the doors and I can't hear them. I put the TV on, it's great.
then you come into the lounge. We've got a lovely gas fire here that's really lovely to flicker in the winter, so you get nice and cosy. But we won't put it on now because Abigail's asleep and I think we should leave her. All the bedrooms are very light and airy. Here we come into the Power Rangers zone, which is the kids' room. In the mornings when they do wake up, it's quite nice hearing them having a little talk to each other and then pattering on their feet on the floor and into Mummy and Daddy's bedroom. We actually have a king-size bed here, so you can see that you do have quite a bit of space. And then through this door, we've got the ensuite.
It's a lovely garden, genuinely. It's a nice south-facing garden. It's manageable in terms of size. We've all enjoyed building the bits and bobs around it.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. So as you can see, it's not just the kids that enjoy this garden. There's some really nice pubs around here.
Got Bedford Town not far away, so it is very convenient. We've had our house valued by an estate agent to the value of £255,000.
The Kingsleys house is a bright and airy new build with 4 bedrooms and a south-facing garden in Bedford. So what do they want for their swap?
Now that we've now got a bigger family, we really want the kids to enjoy more of a healthier life, which we see is in the country.
Well, we've been the Kingsley family, and we've hoped you've enjoyed looking around our house. And if you're interested, well, let's hear from you soon. Take care, and we'll say bye-bye. Bye.
It was beautifully presented.
Yes, it was.
They've obviously taken a lot of, pride and care to have it to that standard.
Yes.
So tell me, what do we think?
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's a nice house for
yeah.
other people. I just don't think my mum would fit in very well there.
She wouldn't fit in. You make her sound like she wouldn't be loved. Is it because you look at the garden and you think it's just not going to work?
Yeah, it's kind of just like all really neat. So I suppose just because what I'm used to with her is like you can't throw everything everywhere. I suppose it's not a definite no, but
we are now going to Lancashire. All right, and I want you to meet a lovely couple, Richard and Sharon, as they show us around their very special house. Here we go.
Hi, we're Richard and Sharon Royal. We live in Caton near Lancaster, and this is our 3-bedroom detached property built around about 1926. Come into the living room, the front room.
We'll sit on our nice little settee and snuggle up like we normally do.
I don't recall much snuggling going on, but anyway.
Well, no, but that's because you're always working, tapping away on that every night and with papers everywhere.
Here we are in our, what's best described as a kitchen come dining room. And the pride of place, of course, goes to the Arga. Your pride and joy?
It is my pride and joy. It's absolutely wonderful.
Yes, and you think when you saying that you did some of the cooking, wouldn't you?
Well, yes,
I actually do all of the cooking.
No, I do a bit of baking now and again, but I do make tea.
Yes, you do make tea.
The kettle's never off the hob.
Right, upstairs and into the main bedroom. The main feature of the bedroom is the wonderful view of the garden that we have.
I'm in my shower. Don't pour the water on.
I think I'll put a lock on there and keep you in there.
Now we will go and show you our favourite place, our garden. Every year the heron comes, sits in that tree and jumps in and pinches the fish.
Nice big garden shed there as well.
With loads of junk in it.
Yes, lots in it. Carry on down. Lots of wild garlic growing. So,
which we eat. This is part of ours as well, isn't it?
Yeah, up until the midpoint of the stream.
It's lovely, the noise of the water as well.
And that's it, really. I only wish we could spend more time down here.
Hayden itself is a very friendly village.
There's a little supermarket.
There's a post office now. We're very lucky. We've still got a post office. Our house is currently on the market at $269,950.
Richard and Sharon's home is a 3-bedroom detached property with pretty garden and stream in Lancaster. So what's their ideal swap?
We're basically looking for a garden with a house rather than the other way around. In fact, that's all that we need really. We don't need a house. We just need a room with an arbor in,
and
a shed with an arbor in, and a garden.
That'll
We'd be happy. Well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed your visit to Caton. Bye.
You're supposed to say more than that.
Isn't that it? Won't that do?
No.
No?
You're supposed to say, I hope you enjoyed looking round our house. I'll do it.
OK, go on then.
Come on.
You do it. See, the boss takes control.
Right, there you go. What a lovely, lovely couple. Love them a lot. And I think...
Love the house.
I think we love the house! How exciting. Oh, right, that was great. You were making brilliant noises all the way through that. Tell me, gut reaction from seeing that?
Perfect.
Love it.
Perfect. Yeah. It's really similar.
Yes.
They've got a river at the bottom.
Yeah.
How weird was that?
Yes.
How
Very similar.
seriously? It looks like the end of your garden.
It does.
Right, we've seen 3 properties. Do you need time to think about which one you'd like to see again?
No.
No.
No. You're definite?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is love at first sight?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, that swap then is going to happen.
Right.
Pack your bags and enjoy yourselves. Have a lovely,
yeah.
lovely day. Well, brilliant, brilliant and brilliant. How funny was that? Because to begin with, I thought we were fighting a losing battle. Then that third property popped up and they absolutely adored it. And although my opinion counts for nothing, I think they made the right choice. Having chosen the most expensive house, Michaela will need to start figuring out how she can make the finances work. Meanwhile, Sunita, our house swap negotiator, has some advice. Sunita's been a property negotiator for over 10 years, helping hundreds of clients move onwards and upwards. Her invaluable knowledge will help our swappers negotiate a deal.
If you want to move house quickly, then house swapping could be the answer. Now, there are several websites out there that could help you find your perfect match. You will, of course, still have to have a HIPS report and you will be paying stamp duty. But, crucially, you get to avoid a chain, and if you're not on with an estate agent, you avoid estate agent fees.
It's time to swap homes for the day. Michaela and Jen have left the pets behind and are off to vet the pretty detached property in Lancaster. Whilst Sharon and best friend Coral, who's standing in for husband Richard while he's at work, head to the bungalow in the wilds of Wales. They have the chance to exchange lifestyles for the day before they decide if a permanent swap is on the cards. After 21 years in remotest Wales, Michaela wants a home where you don't have to travel 3 miles for a pint of milk.
It's pretty big. Yeah, it is, and there's plenty of room for parking.
The pretty village of Caton is just 10 miles from Lancaster city centre. But will it be the right place to build her new nest?
Oh, it's lovely.
Nice and bright.
Yes. Take my shoes off.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely.
They've got a wood burning stove. That's what you want. Do you think the dogs would think of it though?
The dogs will like it. They've obviously got dogs, these people, anyway.
Yeah.
Well worked out. She must have doggy radar. 150 miles southwest, Sharon and friend Coral are on their way to the bungalow in the stunning Welsh countryside.
All those poor sheep stuck up there.
It is very nice.
It is, it's beautiful, really lovely. Oh, and we're here. Go in and be... Oh,
Nice
right.
long hallway. Doesn't look this big from outside.
Oh, no, it doesn't. I like the wooden door.
Oh, wooden.
I like
this
wooden
is quite a good
doors.
sized room, Sharon.
Oh, yes,
It's
it
actually
is a
quite...
nice
Look at the
sized
view from that
bedroom.
window.
It is a lovely view. Yeah, it is nice.
Nice to wake up to that every morning.
Yeah, definitely.
In Lancaster, it's less about the views and more about the creature comforts.
Oh, this is nice. Where's the kettle? Do you want a cup of tea?
Yes, please.
We'll have to find the kettle first.
Oh, the kettle's here.
Oh, yeah, because they've got an argo.
Oh, that's lovely. If you would like coffee or tea, please help yourself. Please lift kettle off Arga, then lift lid and place kettle on it. We'll whistle.
You think they'd leave the argo?
I'm sure they'll leave the Arga, yeah.
Really?
Girls, don't speak too soon.
Oh, yeah, you could have your Arga put in here.
You could have an Arga in here quite easily over there.
Actually, I could
see
do a lot.
yourself
planning it out yourself, can't
Oh,
you?
yeah, absolutely. Actually, this kitchen could be absolutely beautiful.
How lovely. Sounds like Sharon's got some DIY in mind for her hubby, Richard.
Oh, I could just imagine he could put some lovely wooden, you know, because
he's quite
like
clever like
messing with wood, like your husband likes messing with wood. Richard would love to do that. He could build some beautiful cupboards.
Must be in the name, eh?
But he definitely liked the kitchen.
Yeah, once he's finished building it.
We'll take some photographs for him so he can have a look that way.
Yeah, do I have to smile? I don't like smiling.
Poke your tongue out if you like, I don't care.
Charming. On to the living room.
Quite nice for a party.
Yeah, it is.
It's a good party room.
I mean, it's much bigger than our room. Ours is very compact, to say the least.
Well, I'm sure Michaela and Jen won't notice that.
The thing is, your living room is a lot bigger than this.
Yes.
Probably like 2.5 times as big, isn't it?
Yeah, I spoke too soon.
But that doesn't matter that much because you've just got everything more spaced out, haven't you?
Yes.
So you just need to squish it all together.
And they've also spotted one other difference.
It's still spacey and airy.
Yes. But I mean, partly it looks space because there's not so much, because I've got so much stuff.
Yeah, and it's so clean.
It's so clean. Can't get over how clean it is. How do you keep a house this clean?
Don't have lambs running around.
Well, there is that, although Sharon's got her eye on one for a very different reason.
That view's beautiful.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, you could get up and get a little lamb for your Sunday dinner, but I wouldn't be eating it. I could get one for you and send it.
You'd be
Well,
keeping
yeah,
them all.
brilliant size, I must admit. Nice size.
Yeah, nice cover-up, Sharon. I hope you're feeling sheepish now.
Hello. Hello. Oh, aren't they sweet? Now, that's nice because you can have birds and
You
this
could have a
isn't-
menagerie of pets
oh,
here.
it's really sweet.
It's a real woody garden.
There's
that.
me worrying about my lawn, mowing it.
Time to explore Michaela's au naturel back garden.
Certainly a well-established garden.
Yes,
an
I like interesting gardens.
garden.
The garden could be lovely, couldn't? Well, it is lovely, but it just needs tidying up a bit.
At the bottom of the garden, there's something very familiar.
It's another beck, isn't it?
Oh, it
Who
is,
could
and
love
it's
that?
just like, isn't it funny? It is, it's just like our Beck, isn't it? Brilliant. Actually, could have borrowed the ladies' wellies.
Could have gone a bit further.
I'd have gone a bit further, definitely.
Back over the border, eagle-eyed Michaela and Jen have spotted Sharon's wellies.
What size are you, 6?
Yes.
These ones, these are a 6.
You can have the rose wellies.
And with the wellies on, it's off to explore the outside.
Is there anything you change about the garden?
We'll probably get a few more weeds in it.
Well, you've got to make yourself at home, haven't you?
Oh my God, Mum, this is so nice.
It is.
Look, it's like really, it's like our own river.
It's just, but it's so similar to ours.
I know.
I think.
Is anyone else getting a sense of déjà vu?
I really like the area.
Yeah.
I like the garden.
Yeah.
My only worry is that the house might be too small.
I don't think it is really that small. I think it's just
Do you
got
think
more
there's enough
storage.
room for the dogs?
Pardon?
Do you think there's enough room for the dogs?
If you only have 3 dogs, if you don't buy any more,
Yeah.
are you thinking of buying another one?
Well, there's always that option, isn't there?
Or maybe you should buy a small one.
Yes.
In deepest Wales, Sharon and Coral have found an age-old excuse to have a chat with the neighbours.
Hello. Sorry to be ever so cheeky, but we're just visiting next door and they've got no sugar for coffee.
Yes, and it's not the same without coffee, without sugar. That
I'll
would be
get
lovely.
some.
Oh, thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Very kind of
Have
you.
you lived here long?
Yes, about 3 years now.
Very lovely around here. Your
It's
garden's
absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Is the area nice? Is it nice and peaceful here?
Yes, it's very peaceful. There's no
It looks-
traffic or anything.
Yeah, it's nice to be in a good
Oh,
village
yeah, he's good.
community, isn't it? It really
he's
is
good.
nice.
In Lancaster, Mum and daughter are also meeting the neighbour, but there's no messing with small talk here.
Have you got any animals?
Yeah, I've got some chickens.
Have you? Oh, there you go.
I've got chickens, yes.
She's down the bottom of the garden.
What kind of chickens have you got?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
Strays that I was given.
It's like a home from home here.
Yes, it is, yes.
Well, if that isn't positive, I don't know what is. Time for our swappers to get out and explore the local area. Sharon and Coral are off to the nearby coastal town of Abode.
Oh, look at that lovely
Clock tower, it's
church
beautiful.
as well.
Yeah, and there's
Oh,
some
look,
nice
they've
little
got some
shops.
little homemade ice cream. Oh, I think we'll have to have one of those.
Definitely.
Definitely. I've been to quite a few parts of Wales, but I must admit this is one of the nicest I have been to.
It doesn't seem overly commercialised here.
No,
which
it
is nice.
doesn't. Well, that's what I like.
Although the lady in the
about it.
sweet shop said it would be heaving at the bank holiday weekend.
Oh, right. But no, it is. It's so lovely.
It's gorgeous.
In search of her little bit of natural wilderness in Lancaster, Michaela has come to Leighton Moss Nature Reserve for a spot of bird watching.
I just like the fact that they're natural places. You know, it's not like a zoo where you go and you know what you're going to see. You can always see something different, and you never really know what you're going to see.
So, as we reach the end of the one-day swap, is a permanent swap on the cards?
Had a really good day.
Yeah.
It's been very enjoyable, hasn't it?
Yes, it really has.
The house was very good size, and the garden was really nice.
I have a good feeling about it.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. And I didn't want you to move, but now I do.
And I didn't know whether I did or not, but now I think I do.
Yeah.
It's been an excellent swap day all round, but will things be so successful at the negotiations? And can Sharon convince husband Richard that the house is a good move? It's time to take it to the negotiating table.
Well, that's the swap day over with, and very excitingly, it seems to be heading in the right direction. Now, I must apologise for being the slightly dull bit before the real drama starts, but I am here to introduce Sunita, our negotiator. Hopefully, she'll be able to get a deal on the table where everybody is happy to swap permanently. So, enough of this intermission, and on with the mission.
Sunita Shroff has been helping people find their dream properties and agree the best price for them for over 10 years. She'll be using her expertise to negotiate a deal for our swappers.
Negotiating can be a tricky and even emotional process, and the properties won't necessarily be valued at the same price. So it's my job to get both sides to agree on a fair and realistic price to swap. But house swapping isn't all about the money. It's about avoiding that awful chain, potentially avoiding the estate agent's fees, and of course of months of your property being on the market. So if both sides are prepared to negotiate, they could walk away with a great deal.
So let's remind ourselves what Sunita has to bargain with. Animal lover Michaela and her daughter Jen have the rural bungalow, garden and stream valued at £200,000 in the remote Snowdonia National Park. She wants to move closer to her children in England and be nearer local amenities. With husband Richard hard at work, it's just Sharon negotiating today. They have the pretty house in Lancaster, complete with garden and babbling brook, valued at £269,950. They want to move to Wales to enjoy a rural lifestyle. So, first things first, what's the feedback?
So you chose the property in Lancaster. How did that go?
It was really good. Yes, liked it.
Yeah, it was really good. I was really surprised how good it was, actually.
Yes.
Because you're quite picky.
Yes.
Yeah. And it was like a home from home, really.
Yes, it was.
It was really similar, just a bit more, with more of a community than...
Well, not more of a community, just more accessible, really.
I suppose,
Yes, more accessible.
What about the property itself? Talk me through that.
The house was lovely. It
Yes,
was really
it was.
like really high ceilings and bright and airy. But the rooms were quite small, and you were worried about space, weren't you?
Yes.
But I think the space is okay, really.
After
And
we stayed there for a while, it felt a bit big.
it had a really nice feel to
yes,
it,
it did.
and all the rooms were so like cosy and nice.
Now you want to move to Wales, so you spent the day in Michaela's property. What did you think?
Well, the location was superb. Yeah, superb. Absolutely beautiful. Well, to be honest, I don't think you could find anywhere nicer.
What about the property itself?
Oh, it was very nice, but it did need work doing to it. Like the kitchen, I thought, needed ripping out, and bathroom, and lots of decorating. But I can actually see through it, and I can imagine what it would look like, and it could be absolutely beautiful.
Right, shall we move on to the cons?
The only negative I was going to say, I thought the place was absolutely beautiful. Rich is concerned about me being on my own solely, somewhere where it is even more quieter than where we are now. because he wouldn't be home during the week, you see. I mean, luckily I will talk to anybody.
Well, yes.
You like a chat? That's one of the things, I will talk. And I would be prepared to go and learn Welsh.
Were there any downsides?
The only downside is the price difference.
Ah, yes, the price. With an almost £70,000 gap between the valuations, how will Sunita make this deal work?
Sharon's property is valued at $269,950. Let's call it $270,000.
Yes.
What do you feel that their property is worth?
We thought it was about worth as much as ours, didn't we?
Because it's got quite a lot less space.
And our garden's bigger.
Right, your property is worth $200,000.
Well, yours was initially valued at $220,000, wasn't it?
Okay.
But the estate agent said if you want to sell it quickly, put it on at 200.
I don't think Sharon's property is worth as little as 200.
Well, no.
Definitely
No.
not. Just because of the location,
Yes. Yeah.
and also the condition that it's in. But I don't feel it's worth 270,000 either. Based on my research, speaking to agents in and around the area, looking at comparables, I feel it's closer to the sort of 250,000 mark. I think that would be fair. Is that something that you could work with? Is that?
Well, I haven't really got any more money. This is my problem.
Right, okay. So we really need
And
to...
if I moved up there, I wouldn't have a job initially. You know, I'd have to get a job. So that's my other problem.
I mean, do you want me to go in there and say, look, you think it's worth the same?
It's worth a try.
It's worth a try, yeah. Depends how much somebody wants something, doesn't it?
Exactly. Michaela felt that she would like to open the negotiations with a straight swap.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't do that. We paid $240 for it anyway, and we spent a tremendous amount of money on that house. I know we've spent about $30,000.
You have put a lot of money into it,
Oh
clearly.
yes, we put double glazing
30,000.
as well. We've double glazed the whole of the property as
You
well.
bought it in 2005 and we were moving
yes,
into
at
the
the height.
peak.
Oh yes, it was, absolutely, yes.
I feel that looking at other properties in the area, anything from 235,000 to 250,000 would be a fair price.
Yes. You know, even 249,950, that would be my, well,
250.
Really. Yeah, absolutely. I just wouldn't let it go for less than that.
So it's a no-go with the straight swap, but Sharon has agreed to lower her price to $249,950. So can Sunita find a way to reduce the gap any further?
So, Michaela's property has been valued at 200,000.
Oh, 200. Right, I thought it was valued at more than that.
Well, the estate agent valued it at 220,000.
Right.
But because Michaela wants a quick sale, he
Right.
said take anything 200 and above.
Right.
But I think it's worth more, actually.
Yes.
What did you feel it was worth?
I thought actually 190 myself, personally.
What did Richard think?
Well, he thought it because I said 220, you see, and he said, "Oh no, I think that's most probably about right."
Well, I think Richard's quite right, actually. Just having looked around the area and done a little bit of research here and there, 220, I think, is quite a fair price for it. So if you felt that you wouldn't drop lower than 250,000, and if Michaela was worth 220,000, so 220,000 to 250,000 is that 30,000 differential?
Yes, yeah.
Do you feel that's a fair differential?
Yes, yeah, that's not bad at all.
So, Sunita, how is it going?
Well, Michaela was hoping for a straight swap, and that is not going to happen. Need to get cash involved. So we're discussing differentials, and I'm positive because they're very similar creatures.
Do you know, I have noticed that. They have got a lot of common ground, haven't they? They've got the whole they both love animals, they both love the countryside. The homes feel slightly similar as well, with the stream running at the end of the garden, all that kind of stuff. So I think you could utilise that, and hopefully it might make your job a little bit easier.
So I put to her the prospect of a straight swap. no money exchanging hands, and Sharon said no.
Yeah.
Absolutely, categorically.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
So we started to negotiate and to chat, and we've got your property up from 200,000 to 220,000, and then we brought Sharon's property down from 270 to 250,000.
Right.
So if you wanted that property, that dream home, you'd have to swap your property and pay Sharon £30,000.
Right.
I think that's a positive thing.
It is. If I can raise the money, I would definitely go ahead with it. Because I've lived where I've lived for so long, you get very sort of safe and secure there, and I was very scared about moving, although I wanted to do it, and I'm not scared at all now.
And do you think this would be the right move for your mum?
Definitely. It's just this feeling I got when I was there.
It just seems like the perfect house swap.
It does, yes.
It is.
It is, yes. If I had time to look for a job, then it's, you know, possible that I could borrow the money.
So maybe if we can delay
Yes.
the actual swapping of properties for a few months
Yes,
to allow
6
you
months
time
or something to give me time, yes.
That'd be perfect.
Yes.
to get a job and then potentially raise the 30,000, which is, of course, it's a lot of money, but it's not something that, you know,
It's impossible.
you-
From 70,000 to 30,000,
Yes.
bargain.
Yeah.
So, Sunita, the latest, please.
Well, I am looking for more time here.
No?
Not that kind of time,
No.
Basically, we've agreed on the differential, which is £30,000. Now I need to buy Michaela 6 months. She needs 6 months to find a job and raise the funds.
Okay, I mean, it's sounding a little bit desperate almost, but on the flip side of that, it also proves how dedicated and how much she wants this swap to work. But no matter how dedicated Michaela is, it all comes down to what Sharon thinks. Will she be willing to wait 6 months to swap her house?
Michaela actually has an issue with raising funds. She loves your property. There's absolutely not a shadow of a doubt. And she would love to take this all forward. So, final deal on the table is £30,000 differential and potentially waiting 6 months to actually complete the house swap.
No, actually 6 months is a good time really, because of course we've got lots to organise as well. But I'd have to speak to my husband first.
So, 4 hours later, and we have a deal on the table. The bungalow in Wales plus £30,000 in exchange for the house in Lancaster, with a proviso of a 6-month delay to allow Michaela time to raise the funds. Michaela and Sharon are both happy with the decision, but there's one other person who needs to agree. What will husband Richard feel about the deal? It's decision time. So, Michaela, Jen and Sharon, here we are all together, and what a beautiful group we are. But there is a reason why we've come together, because we are nearing the end of our very peculiar journey together. But let's see if it's been worthwhile. A swap or not? Who wants to go first?
Same time.
Do you want to do it at the same time?
We'll go the same
All right, we'll do it at the same time. OK, in 3, in 2, in 1, go. We've got a swap? And
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel awful about that.
Sharon.
But nothing, sorry.
That's okay. I still love you. I'm not sure they love you.
It was nothing personal, you know, because I can't explain why.
Well, then pray do. Go
It
on.
mainly is, I think it's absolutely beautiful where you live, it really is. And your property's got loads of potential, everything. What concerned me is it's just a little bit far out for me. If we moved somewhere like that now, I'd be left on my own during the week. And my husband would come home for the weekend, but 2 hours is a little bit too far.
You've justified. You don't have to. But guys, how do you feel? Because I mean, we loved your house. Collectively, we were going to move in. So I mean, we must be slightly disappointed over
Slightly
here.
disappointed.
Yeah.
But the money was an issue anyway,
It was,
wasn't it?
yeah,
So,
the money was a bit of a problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you think that Sunita, though, had managed to get a good deal on the table for you?
Very good, yes.
Yes. This is the whole point of house swapping. It's never guaranteed, but it's worth the effort. And you both have beautiful homes. I think they reflect your personality. And thank you very, very much for taking part.
pleasure.
Thank you.
You know, it's a really good opportunity to do something, isn't it? To move. And, you know, because you're not as keen as them, it's just a bit disappointing, really. But c'est la vie.
It's been a really good experience, really positive. You know, although we didn't end up swapping houses, it's been really good for me to realise that I could do it.
Well, I'm very sad we didn't have a house swap today, but I can tell you that after all the proceedings, something was swapped. Phone numbers. Michaela and Sharon are planning to visit each other. So, no new homes, but new friendships. And talking of friendships, I'll see you next time. What do you do when you're desperate to move, but you just can't sell your house? It's been on the market for months, and all the viewings have dried up. Well, what you do is you stop selling and start swapping.
House swapping is the latest trend to hit the property world. With around 10,000 properties registered with swap websites, it's a brilliant way to avoid the dreaded property chain and make that move onwards. We'll be meeting people who want to swap their home permanently.
I would like to find a place now in the countryside.
Within 2 hours of London.
And we'll show them 3 properties to find their perfect match.
I'm Louise.
I'm Geronimo.
I'm going to take you on a tour around my luxury Riverview 2-bedroom apartment.
Please come in and have a look.
After a day spent road testing each other's properties and lifestyles, we'll bring them to the negotiating table where our straight-talking negotiator, Sunita, will help them thrash out a deal.
Maybe I would give a little bit.
Good. Before we find out if they swap homes for good. Hello and welcome. Today I am west of London in Isleworth, commuter territory for those suited and booted that need to get into the heart of the capital. In days gone by, the charms of Isleworth were hard to resist. Even Van Gogh came here to teach, and I believe he was very happy because he didn't lob his ear off for a further 12 years. The latest additions to the Isleworth Hall of Fame are today's charming couple who want a house swap.
Martin and Raphael have been together for 9 years, and they spend part of the year in Raphael's homeland, Spain. A property enthusiast, Martin has no less than 5 properties, and with one of them standing empty in Isleworth, they're looking to make a swap.
So, now we've met Martin and Raphael, I think it's about time we met the property they want to swap. And, as it's an investment property and no one's living there, we have free rein, and I have the keys. After me.
So, into this ground floor flat we go.
Right, so we've arrived into the hallway and... do you know what? I like the layout already. I like the fact the entry phone system is here so you can buzz your guests in, and the fact that you've got a mirror right here so it gives you about 15-20 seconds to make sure you're looking presentable for their imminent arrival. Nice idea. Alrighty, here we are in the master bedroom, the biggest bedroom in the apartment. And what I like about this, because so many kind of modern apartments have a tendency to be a bit dark and pokey, this one is incredibly light because here you have this gigantic window. It is almost wall to wall. Here we are in the guest bedroom, and you have to remember, of course, we are in London, and a lot of people rent out their spare room to generate extra income. So, is this room rentable? Well, you've got the bed, you've got the storage space, and you've got the TV point. The only thing I might say, if you were going to rent it out, you might want to move the TV a little higher up. Out into the hallway, past the dashing mirror, and into the bathroom. It's got a white suite, and I'm going to be honest with you, it's not the largest bathroom I've ever seen. But a small space doesn't mean it can't be a pretty space. And I've seen flats very similar to this one that have been refurbished, and I can tell you, at the end of the day, they can look very desirable. In the kitchen, some people, in a rather negative way, might imply this is a little too compact and bijou, but I see it as a good thing and a virtue. After all, just think about all the multitasking that can be done. Which means you can attend your souffle, make a cup of tea and do the dishes in 0.77 seconds. I thank you. In the lounge diner, I'm going to use a big word because ergonomically, I don't think it's doing its best because there's a lot of furniture going on in here. You've got side tables, dining tables, office desks and TV units. I think if you simplify, you could make this space a lot bigger because fundamentally, there's some great features in here. And of course, these French doors that lead out to the garden. Ordinarily, the word communal fills me with fear, such as communal bedrooms, communal towel and communal toilet. But the idea of a communal garden fills me with joy because it means you get all of the pleasure and none of the pain. And as this is the only flat to have direct access into the garden in the whole block, I say happy days.
Martin's purpose-built flat in Isleworth is valued at £210,000.
So, what would you like to swap for?
I would like to find a place now in the countryside. We can go down for a weekend, take friends out.
Within 2 hours of London, 1.5 hours.
So we can get back to London without too much difficulty.
We need to talk about finances. So how much is that flat worth of yours, and how much do you want to swap for?
Well, the valuation I've had put on it is 210,000.
Excellent. And swapping?
Well, I do have some money in the bank. I think we could go up to about, in cash, 30,000 on top of that, maybe 40.
Right, well, I'll tell you what we need to do. We need to drink up, head back to your place, and then we'll look at some houses. Should we do it? Let's do it. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Right, so Martin and Raphael, we have 3 properties to show you. The owners are all up for the idea of swapping. First up, you said you're very open-minded about where we go and look, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
So how do we feel about Hertfordshire?
I'm game. Hertfordshire's not so far away from London, is it?
No, not far away at all.
I just have a vague idea in my mind. I'm terribly vague about where the boundaries of Hertfordshire are.
If you've never been, what do you imagine it to look like?
I imagine like full of green, pleasant countryside.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to show you what Hertfordshire looks like, and it looks a little like this.
I'm Jen.
And I'm Neil.
And we'd like to take you around our 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, modern apartment in Hoddesdon, Hertfordshire.
So please come in and have a look. This is the first floor of a 3-storey building. This is our floor. So if we just come along here, this is ours, number 22. Welcome to our crib. The sofa now is ideally situated to get some nice lighting, and it's ideal to chill out, watch some movies, and if you're lucky and Jen lets me get away with it, play some games.
This is our kitchen. It's a very simple kitchen. We've got all the mod cons. It's kind of nice having this open plan because you can cook, eat. Actually, there's a lot more space than it might first appear.
If we come back out onto the entrance hall, and we come to the main bathroom, which is, well, main bathroom is actually my bathroom. If we follow through here to our 2nd bedroom, which, quite fortunately, once again, is quite a good size for a 2-bedroom apartment.
OK, so this is our bedroom. Again, like the spare room, it's really nice size, it's really bright, it's lovely in the mornings, isn't it, when you get the sun...
As long as you're not hungover.
Cascading through the window. And this leads on to the ensuite bathroom, which is my bathroom. He's not allowed in, he's not allowed to make a mess.
He doesn't want to go in there. It's too ladylike for me. Well, I think you've seen enough now, actually. There's another 2 or 3 floors we'd like to show you, but they're secret floors for us only.
Our flat's on the market currently for £185,000.
Neil and Genevieve's 2-bed open-plan flat in Hoddesdon, Hertfordshire, is situated in the picturesque Lee Valley. So what would they like to swap to?
Because we're getting married at the end of the year, you know, the future and all that, we want the next move to be able to be a place we can stay for quite some time. Location-wise, we'd like to be sort of within commuting distance to London, and we'd like...
A garden.
A garden.
Definitely a garden. Thanks for coming along and checking out our apartment.
And we hope you want to swap with us.
Bye.
So, first question, Raphael, was that how you imagined Hertfordshire to be?
No, no, it was different from what I imagined. That's what happened.
What about, we only saw a little bit of Hertfordshire there. What about the property itself? What do we think realistically for what you are thinking about?
I think perhaps they've got maybe too much furniture. I don't know what it was. It gave the impression of being quite small.
OK.
But it was a lovely building.
Well, I mean, on the flip side, a property like that
is going to be very rentable in that area.
Yes.
So if you're disappearing off to Spain and you want a little breakaway and maybe you're going to go for 6 months, then I think you could rent very, very easily.
Yeah, yeah.
That's something you've got to think about.
Yeah.
Now, property number 2, we are going to Kent.
Ah, no, that's much more.
Ah, now we're talking the same language.
Yes.
So I want you to meet Natalie, who is a bundle of fun, and so is her daughter.
Hiya, my name's Natalie and this is Destiny. I'm going to take you on a tour around my luxury Riverview 2-bedroom apartment. If you'd like to come with me, we can go into the lift and up to the apartment. This is our apartment. We don't actually live here anymore, but we miss it loads. This is the children's room. This room is quite spacious for them. There's 3 children, Morel, Destiny and Lavino, and they all have plenty of room in here to play. This is, I'd say, the best room of the house. I'm always in the kitchen doing a lot of cooking, so when I've got my 3 children here, it's great because I can see exactly what they're doing and they love it because there's lots of light coming through. I think the kids do love me being right here. Dest! This little child here is the naughtiest child out of all my 3 children. One of the things that is actually my favourite about this apartment is the outside space. We have such a large balcony. Sometimes you can actually see people who own their own speedboats going up and down the river, and also a lot of people take walks as well with their children. It's a really, really nice area. And also at night, we do have lights out here. On the warmer evenings, we can sit out here as well. This is one of 2 bathrooms that we have. We bath the kids in here. They love this bathroom because they actually use this part as a slide. So, lots of splashing in this bathroom. When we did live here, this was our main bedroom. This is where Mummy and Daddy slept. At night time, it's very, very peaceful. It's got an ensuite bathroom through here. There's a gym in the next building, just for the residents only. Transport, there's Maidstone East and Maidstone West just around the corner, and that goes straight to Liverpool Street. We bought this apartment a year ago for 241995. The market has changed, so it's actually negotiable now.
Natalie's apartment in Kent has 2 bedrooms, river views and that fabulous balcony. So what does she want for her swap?
I am very disappointed that we had to leave this flat because I have fallen in love with it, and really, I mean, just take a look round, it's beautiful. The reason we would like to move is because we would like to be closer to London as my partner started a new job. So that was our lovely luxury Riverview 2-bedroom apartment. I hope you love it as much as we do, and I hope you want to have a swap with us.
OK, boys. What do you think?
Well, it's a very nice flat.
Good.
Maidstone is very, very... I don't know Maidstone too well, but I think it has reasonable access to both to London and to the Eurostar, doesn't it? I'm not sure.
Yeah. Little Parisian romantic breaks away, I think would be nice.
Yeah, and the architecture was interesting.
Raphael can... Because has that got you all over it? Can you see yourself there?
It's a great flat,
Yeah.
and the price, I think, is not overpriced.
It's a nice town, I think. By the river there, modern architecture, it's a nice modern flat. It would be good as an investment, even if you didn't actually live there all the time yourself.
Right, OK. So, if that didn't float your boat...
This is the word, the right way.
Oh, be nervous, because if that didn't float your boat...
This is a ruin,
then maybe this will.
I'm Louise.
I'm Geronimo.
This is our 62-foot, 2-bedroom houseboat based in Poplar Dock Marina in Canary Wharf.
Let's come on board.
This is the wheelhouse that's used as a reception area or TV room.
And also it's the place where like, you maneuver the boat. This is the wheel of the boat. This boat used to work in Sheffield, carrying like 100 tons of coal across the north of England.
I'll miss this, being able to see everything that's going on and being able to see the neighbours, wave to them from here.
And I miss this.
If you thought houseboats were small, check this out. We've got everything you could ever want in a kitchen, all the facilities of a normal house would have, plus an American fridge freezer with ice machine.
Like in centerpiece there's a wood burning like fire.
We do have central heating throughout the boat, but that's kind of the extra cosy feeling that you get.
The glow at night.
Quite romantic. So this is the smaller bedroom of the two. This is the front of the boat and it curves all the way around, so the mattress is actually made to measure, so it's actually quite a big bed. Here we've got a walk-in wardrobe, which is really a lot of storage for a boat. It's a really cute room.
Walking the captain's cabin, and this is the main bedroom. We have like a super king-size bed.
We've got a cute little porthole there that's brass, so you can look out and see the ducks in the morning. So in the bathroom we have everything a normal bathroom has. We've got a shower and the sink, toilet, storage. Now we're going to go to Geronimo's favourite part of the boat.
The engine room. Come in. So this is the engine. It's like the original engine that came with the boat. It's from 1950s and it's still going. And here we have like an escape hatch. And I guess I'll see you outside. And here we are again. This is the stern of the boat. We have some storage underneath and the barbecue area, and this is all about the boat.
We are about a 5-minute walk from Canary Wharf tube station and 2 minutes from the DLR. The boat's made to drive away, so if you want to go away for the weekend to Hampton Court or wherever you want on the rivers, you just turn on the engine and off you go. You have to pay to park the boat here, and that comes to £6,000 a year for this boat.
The boat, with the rights to moor here, is being valued at £220,000.
Louise and Geronimo's houseboat has 2 bedrooms, a London mooring, and the freedom to go anywhere. So, what's their ideal swap?
Geronimo now is sailing professionally.
Because I'm going to be working on boats all the time, a bit of dry land will be quite beneficial for us.
Yes.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
Boat.
No, it wasn't. No.
Yeah.
What about the idea? Let's think about that first. The idea of living on a boat. Can we deal with this?
I have thought about a boat, and I think it would be wonderful. If you had a smaller boat to go up and down the Thames, I think it would be like a moving cottage. Because the Thames is a fantastic river. It's beautiful. There are so many wonderful places to visit.
So, you've just said all of that, and yet, for you, I feel that you're slightly tepid on this houseboat.
I'm tepid on that one, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think potentially boats can go down in value, whereas in the long run, houses go up in value.
Yeah.
I do prefer to live in a flat or a house. I like terra firma. Terra firma?
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, I like that. I need to ask which one you'd like to do a temporary swap with. Do you want me to disappear to give you some time to think about it, or do you think you already know?
I'd like to have a look at the property
The
in
one in
Maidstone.
Kent.
The one in Kent?
Yeah.
Well, yes.
So, swap day with a property in Kent. Enjoy yourselves.
OK, thank you very much.
Martin and Raphael have gone for the luxury apartment with river views in Maidstone, Kent. While the boys discuss the property they've chosen...
I mean, to have some al fresco meals.
And then that would be a bonus, wouldn't it?
Sunita, our house swap negotiator, has some advice. Sunita's been a property negotiator for over 10 years, helping hundreds of clients move onwards and upwards.
If you want to move house quickly, then house swapping could be the answer. Now, there are several websites out there that could help you find your perfect match. You will, of course, still have to have a HIPS report and you will be paying stamp duty. But, crucially, you get to avoid a chain, and if you're not on with an estate agent, you avoid estate agent fees.
Sunita's invaluable knowledge will help our swappers negotiate a deal. It's time to swap homes for the day. Martin and Raphael are off to see if the riverside apartment in Maidstone will provide the weekend escape that they're looking for. While Natalie and Destiny are heading to Isleworth, west of London. They need to be nearer London for Andre's work. She'll be staying in Essex in the week, but joining him with the kids at the weekend. They both have the chance to exchange lifestyles for the day before they decide if a permanent swap is on the cards. 30 miles south of London, Maidstone is right on the River Medway in Kent.
I think it looks really nice, modern, clean.
I couldn't have put it better myself. So could the riverside apartment be just the right getaway for Martin and Raphael?
We're just coming up to your road now, Clifford Way. It looks pretty good to me. Looks clean, no graffiti.
Oh, very, very nice, very nicely designed, nice architecture.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye. Thank you for the ride. A nice entrance. It has nice feeling to it.
Yep, yep.
Shall we take the lift?
Oh, don't be lazy, boys.
No, let's go up the staircase. It's
yes,
got all
right.
this glass
Really
where
neat.
let's see this.
Great. That way we can see the stairs.
Looks good, doesn't it, this glass?
Yes.
Great first impressions in Maidstone, but how's Natalie getting on in West London?
Come on. It's quite spacious in here, isn't it, Des? Yeah. Oh, there's a garden. Oh, Des, look. You can play out there. It's a lovely sized garden. It looks very quiet. It looks well kept as well. It's a nice sized room. My partner will be living here full time. For him, it's fine. But when we come weekends, we'd come 6 weeks holidays, we'd come half terms.
And this flat definitely has something to offer a family on a summer's afternoon.
Wow, look at this garden, Des. This is absolutely massive. Wow. We could put a swing out here. We could put a slide out here. Would you like that? Yeah. Go on, let's go see how far you can run. Go on. Have some fun.
As the only flat with direct access to the garden, it's a great place for children.
The garden is such a plus point. It's really, really lovely out here.
So, a blooming success in Isleworth. 40 miles away in Maidstone, Martin and Raphael are finding out what makes this apartment something special.
Hey, this is it. This is a room which actually makes the flat.
Kitchen diner, isn't it? So
Yeah, the kitchen.
Everything's all in one room.
Kitchen, dining room, and the living room is perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'm
I really
attracted
like
to
this place.
is the view.
And look at the view. Hey, can we come out? Wow, this is it. This is what really makes all the difference.
Yeah.
The view.
Yeah.
And look at the.
It's nice to have a road running along right between the house and the river.
This is fantastic. It has a nice feeling to it, doesn't it?
It's nice. Yeah.
It's like when you see something that you really know.
Yeah.
You know that you like it. You know that you could live there.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's move here, Martin. Let's make the move.
Well, Raphael, I think you need to tell us what you really think. Meanwhile, in Isleworth, Natalie is already making herself comfortable.
Big bed, Des.
Good bed.
Yeah, it's a big bed. First of all, I'd probably knock these wardrobes out. You could probably make that space into something, you know, if this wall was a solid wall. Yeah, you could probably build some nice wardrobes there.
So, knocking out the wardrobes to replace them with wardrobes.
Let's have a look at this room, because I guess this is where you'll be sleeping. Yeah, when you come and stay.
Play.
What we tend to do is put a double bed in the spare room and put all the kids in a double bed, rather than have bunk beds, because they're still quite young. They're only 4, 3, 2. What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, you like it?
Yeah.
No, yes? What do you think? Do you want to have a try on the bed? What do you think? Have a jump.
You go, girl.
We could probably get like a sofa, double sofa bed that could pull out into a double bed and then just put that back. And then obviously they could sit on that, play, more space for toys and stuff. It's not a major problem. Come on.
Now, how are you boys fitting in Maidstone?
Oh, nice bathroom.
Nice fresh bathroom, yeah.
And a big bath.
Is it big enough for me, though? I'm just going to see...
Are you going to try?
I'm going to try this, yes.
What are you going to do that for?
I'm going to sit inside, not give it...
Come on, Martin.
See whether I can fit in.
What are you doing?
Oh, yes, lovely hot bath. Perfect.
Well, I'm hoping his suit's drip dry.
Oh, yes. This is very okay, isn't it?
This is the main room, yeah?
Hey, look at this. It's a very nice...
Oh, it has a shower. Like a shower cabinet, too, yes. It's quite good. Let's face it, it's a good-sized bathroom.
Very good. I'm not going to have a shower there. I think that's out, don't you?
Well, you've already had a bath. In Isleworth, Natalie is getting all creative.
I'm just going to take a recording of all the rooms so that my boyfriend can get an idea of what he looks like because he couldn't be here today.
It's a great idea because Andre's the one who'll be here full time. By the river in Maidstone, it's a weekend retreat that Martin and Raphael are after. But for property man Martin, it's also important it's a good investment. So with his business brain switched on, it's time to interrogate one of the neighbours.
Tell me something, the $64,000 question. What are the value of these places now? Are they going up or down, or what's happened to prices around here?
You're asking me that in a property market that's really struggling, but they've all sold as far as I was aware. Yes. I didn't think there were any left, which is why I'm surprised. I mean, I had some friends who tried to buy one, even at the worst times. Yes. And the riverfront ones, you just couldn't buy.
Well, thanks very much for... That's great.
Thank you. It's great.
Sounds promising. But will the transport links in Isleworth be as favourable for Natalie's partner, Andre?
Transport is one of the main things. It's literally about 1 minute walk from the house to the actual train station, and it looks about a 35-minute ride to Westminster, so it's not too bad.
So that's that box ticked. Back in Maidstone, Martin and Raphael want to get the lowdown on the area, so they hit the Tourist Information Centre.
Well, yeah, we'd like to know a bit more about Maidstone because it's our first trip here.
It's steeped in history.
Yes.
Over the road in Earl Street, you have still the house standing where Andrew Broughton signed the death warrant for Charles I.
Really? Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
And this building here, upstairs, we've got the original holding cell where people were put for the chop or transported to Australia.
So you're a bloodthirsty lot, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
What about transport to London? Is that quite good?
That's very good, yes.
Are there some nice parks around here? There's little botanic gardens or anything like that?
There are some very nice parks around here, but the one that I would actually recommend if you've got a very nice sunny afternoon, the weekend, is Moat Park.
Moat Park, yeah.
Moat Park.
No sooner spoken than voila! The 450 acres of Moat Park.
What is actually...
What is called? It's Canadian geese.
No, what is that with the little...
coot.
A coot.
Back in London, and Natalie's in a park of her own.
Hi, you must be Natalie.
She's visiting Syon Park to make sure there'll be somewhere she can take the kids when they come to stay at the weekends.
This is our great conservatory. It's built in about the 1820s. Very impressive building, and not the sort of thing you necessarily expect to find in West London. And
this part's open to the public.
This part's all open to the public, and we have various events, particularly through the summer.
I've got 2 other children, 3 and 4 boys. Is there much for them to do here?
Yeah, there's quite a lot of things to do. First of all, we've got lots of open space, and it's green and it's clean and it's quiet and it's safe, which is a good start. But then there's a number of other attractions that are on the estate, which probably the most popular is there's an indoor children's adventure playground, which is always busy.
So as the one-day swap draws to a close, could a permanent swap be on the cards?
What impressed me the most is when we came to the balcony and saw the river and the trees and the location, really, the location.
I mean, after today, I still feel like I'm on the fence. I'm still in 2 minds. After this, I'm going to go home, sit down, speak to my partner about it, and hopefully you know, because he does really want to swap to be nearer to London, so you never know.
Having swapped homes and lifestyles for a day, will they make that swap? Only tomorrow will tell.
Well, there you go, the swap day is over, and dare I say it, I think that was the easy part. Now we proceed to the tough bit, where we try and negotiate a deal. But, as my great-grandmother used to say, if you like things easy, you'll have difficulties. If you like problems, then you'll succeed. So hopefully, fingers crossed that Sunita has lots of problems to deal with. Is that right?
I'm not sure. Sunita Shroff has been helping people find their dream properties and agree the best price for them for over 10 years. She'll be using her expertise to negotiate a deal for our swappers.
Negotiating can be a tricky and even emotional process, and the properties won't necessarily be valued at the same price. So it's my job to get both sides to agree on a fair and realistic price to swap. But house swapping isn't all about the money. It's about avoiding that awful chain, potentially avoiding the estate agent's fees, and of course of months of your property being on the market. So if both sides are prepared to negotiate, they could walk away with a great deal.
So let's remind ourselves of what Sunita has to bargain with. Martin and Raphael have the two-bed purpose-built flat in Isleworth valued at £210,000, but they are able to extend their budget. They're looking for a pad for weekend getaways that would also have rental potential for when they're away in Spain. Natalie has the two-bed luxury apartment on the river in Maidstone valued at £241,950. She's looking for a property within striking distance of London for her partner Andre, where she and the children come and stay at the weekends. So first things first, what's the feedback?
You went to see a lovely riverside flat in Maidstone, didn't you?
Very nice town indeed, yes, and the site for the house was really extremely nice, right by the river. And I know, coming from London, you know, how desirable riverside properties are.
And what about when you actually went into the flat?
Well, the main living area was fine in the sense that it had these lovely glass windows onto the terraza.
Though I must tell you, when you enter that room, that was my favorite room. You know, when you enter, what strikes you is like the view. You see, your eyes go to the balcony, to the windows and the balcony, and the trees and the river. So you want to go to the balcony right away to see the water.
Now, I know Andre, your partner, wanted to move closer into London, so you saw the property in Isleworth. What did you think of it?
The area seemed really nice. There was parking, which I asked for. And I spoke to one of the neighbours and she said it's a really nice area, really quiet. But the exterior I wasn't too impressed with.
It's quite different to your exterior, isn't it? Yours is a little bit...
probably because it's new and it's not going to look like forever. But it's probably because it's just all new and shiny.
OK, first impressions of the building, not great. But what about the interior? What about the property, the flat?
Went to the front room and immediately I was like, wow, because you've got these patio doors that open onto a massive garden. And when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, look at this garden, it's massive. And then everything else that I thought of before, I forgot. So it was really, really nice.
Anything else that struck you about the property? Any other pros and cons?
We don't want to say anything negative about it. We want to stay in a positive note.
Which brings me to valuations.
Yes.
And what you feel that the Maidstone flat, the riverside apartment, is worth.
Well, I've done a bit of research. There are quite a lot of modern two-bed flats in Maidstone.
Similar, in the
very similar.
Same area.
Yeah, between £125,000 and £175,000.
Well, it's on the market at £241,000 at the moment.
Yes.
I feel, based on my research as well, I do feel that it's worth closer to 170 to 190,000.
Yes, that's
at the moment.
Yes. My view that I would not want to spend more than about 160,000 on it.
Yours is on at 210,000. Yes. Do you feel then, if a house swap were to take place, the fair differential would be from 160,000 to 210,000, so that would be £50,000.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that?
Yeah.
I think so, yes.
The fair differential.
That's the figure, yes.
So Martin has valued the Maidstone apartment at only £160,000. With his flat valued at £210,000, this leaves a differential of £50,000 to be paid to him.
Before I move on to what Martin and Raphael thought your property was worth, I want to find out what you thought theirs was worth. Theirs is on the market at $210,000. What do you think it's worth?
Well, when I was actually there yesterday, I actually bumped into an estate agent and he actually told me that it was worth $200,000.
OK, well, that valuation seems fine. And I think $202,000, give or take, for the fixtures and fittings is fine. So that's good. OK, now, your property has been valued at just under $242,000. How did you get to that valuation?
We haven't had it valued properly, but basically a year ago we paid $241,995. And the next door neighbour is actually selling his for $241,995, and it's a very similar flat.
Right. OK. Now, Martin and Raphael valued your property at £160,000.
That's very low. I don't think it's anywhere near that. I have no idea, but it's nowhere near that.
I think £160,000, personally, I think that's a little bit low. Bearing in mind you bought the property for £241,995 1 year ago, that's just, I mean, that's so unfortunate because the market has just been crashing. So it's definitely devalued. I think looking at properties in the area, speaking to agents and knowing what's on the market at the moment, I feel it would be closer to £190,000. So £241,995. I mean, your neighbour has got it on at that much. But they haven't sold it yet, have they?
No.
What do you think of that valuation?
Your one's more realistic. I don't think he'd sell for anything less than $200,000 anyway.
OK. Well, in a house swap situation, it's all about the differential. What would you say is a fair price to swap?
Nothing, basically, to just swap.
So, you feel that it's a like-for-like swap. Swap both properties, no money changes hand.
Yes.
I'll take it to them.
OK.
Natalie is prepared to reduce her valuation to £200,000, but thinks Martin should come down to £200,000 as well. I think it's time to catch up with Sinisa.
Let me tell you, that's a classic case of self-valuation.
Always tricky. Even if you think you know the value of a property, surely it's good to get a second opinion?
It is. I'm absolutely adamant. You must get a proper professional to come and value your property.
Because I would imagine, especially in a situation like this, you're always going to be on the back foot if you haven't got a proper valuation, if you don't really know where you're working from, no?
If it's not correctly priced, in this market, as it is today, you will not move it.
Yeah, well, someone's got to move it, and good luck.
Now, Natalie feels, for her, a fair price to swap would be £0. So swap the flats, and that's it.
I see you looking at him rather than me. He's obviously dying to negotiate.
I love negotiating. I usually bring the price down, you know. I think that we should bring it down a bit. But then, Martin has the final word. He's the businessman in our family.
What would be an option?
Maybe I would give a little bit, but it would have to be... I mean, we're not talking very much here.
Like how much, Martin?
Maybe 5,000. Maybe 5,000, and that's really pushing it a bit.
I can see. Yes. You're struggling with that, aren't you?
I am struggling with that, yes. £5,000 reduction.
Well, we've had a little movement, haven't we?
We've had a little movement, yes.
Good.
Having rejected Natalie's offer of a straight swap, Martin still values the Maidstone apartment at £160,000, but he is willing to drop his to £205,000. This means Natalie would have to pay him £45,000.
They didn't go for it.
I didn't think they would.
Yeah, I was not surprised either. So they have compromised a little bit, and they've said they'd drop it to £45,000 differential.
I just still think that it's not really up to the standard of our apartment. I mean, I know they've got a massive garden, and that garden's massive, it's really, really lovely, but we are overlooking the river, we do have 2 bathrooms, it is a luxury apartment.
So, Sunita, with bated breath, I say to you, what's the latest?
Christian, we have stalemate.
Are you being serious?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Basically, Martin and Raphael feel the differential should be 45,000, and we've got Natalie who feels the differential should be 0.
Okie dokie. Obviously, it's a very dangerous situation to be in. Do you have any proposals or ideas that could help move this forward?
Well, I'm going to put final deal on the table, and they've both got to think about it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
See you in a minute.
I feel that actually to meet somewhere in the middle, not quite in the middle, but say the figure of 30,000 would be a fair price to swap, a very fair differential.
That's much closer to what we're looking for. That seems to me potentially an interesting compromise. So we'll have a good think about that.
Yes.
What I'm proposing is actually to put £30,000 on the table as the differential between both properties. And I think that would then be a very, very fair house swap.
I think that's more reasonable. It is definitely something for me to go away and think about.
We finally have a deal on the table. Natalie's Maidstone apartment plus £30,000 for Martin's Isleworth flat. The deal gives Martin and Raphael the chance to enjoy the Kent countryside and offers Natalie's partner Andre the opportunity to get closer to London for work. But will they go for it? It's decision time.
OK, well, you are holding golden keys. Hopefully they may unlock a new future for you all. We're about to find out if we have a swap or not. I think we should let ladies go first.
I think we should let ladies go first.
OK. All right, tension's building now. Pressure's on you. Turn the key in 3, 2, 1. It's a not swap here. What about you guys? Was there half a deal on the table? 2 red keys. Why have we ended up in this situation? Because as far as I understand it, you kind of liked the properties.
Couldn't work out the financial aspect of it to suit both of us. But I did like your flat. It was a wonderful position.
I loved your garden. It was beautiful. It was so big.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
OK, so now we're talking about it more. Can I go get the green keys and maybe we can do a swap? Now you're talking about the positives again? No? No? No, we're staying with the red keys. But I would like to thank you all for taking part, and hopefully you'll find a future swap.
I would have taken it on board if the deal had been really advantageous to me.
I would definitely consider doing a house swap again. You never know, there could be something out there just waiting around the corner for me.
Well, it's a shame we couldn't get today's swap quite right, but I think we need to keep faith and be philosophical about it. I mean, after all, even a clock that doesn't work is right twice a day, which is why I hope you'll join me next time, and hopefully then it will be the right time for a house swap.